Welcome to the Startup Competitors Podcast, where we talk with early-stage entrepreneurs and to understand what information they use to inform product roadmap, strategy, and market differentiation. Want regular updates on moves your competitors are making? You can learn more at startupcompetitors.com.
Welcome to the podcast. Today we're chatting with a former guest, Patrick Kelly, who's coming back on. He was our guest a year ago, almost to the day. He's one of the co-founders of Shorca Wood, and he's also my son. Patrick, welcome.
Oh, hello.
Were you going to say welcome?
Yeah.
All right. Give us an update on the business. What's new with Shorca Wood?
Not much is new, but we have had a few people want to join, but my partner does not want them to join because he wants all the money. And I think that if you have more people, that means the more wood goes out, and that means more money, which then I don't understand why he thinks it's better to do it alone, or at least with two people.
What are some ways you guys could potentially resolve this conflict?
Well, the only way I think is that we could just sit down and have a chat about it.
Are there any tools you think you could use to help make this decision? Like, is there anything you could use to make it more clear which one of you might be right?
Not really.
Have you learned how to use spreadsheets yet in school?
Like
Excel or Google Sheets?
Google Sheets? Yes, I have.
Have you done any spreadsheets to project out what it might look like, how much more business you might get if you had more employees and how much more revenue that might drive?
I might be able to do that.
You know what that's called?
No.
It's called a pro forma or a projection, financial projection. See, we can whip up a spreadsheet to show this is what the business would do if it was just the two of you and how much you would make. And then this is what the business would do if you had potentially could do. You don't know that it will do it if you had more employees. And then what you would each make. And then you could just look with math to see which one of you is right. Do you think that would help?
Yes.
Okay, we can do that.
We could try it out.
That's a good way to start to solve problems, because then when you're modeling in your spreadsheet, when you're making different assumptions, then you and Levi can talk about those assumptions instead of just disagreeing with each other. That'd probably be a little more productive.
Makes sense.
Okay. Does Levi know how to use spreadsheets?
No.
At all? Are you sure?
Yep.
All right. Well, maybe that's an opportunity too. All right. Well, I didn't bring you on just to talk about Shorca Wood. I had some other questions for you. I think this is going to be my last episode of this podcast.
Really?
Yeah. And I wanted you to be on to be part of the last episode. I think I've been doing this for 4 years.
That's cool. And it's an honor.
Is it an honor? Thanks. For those who can't see, because this is audio only, Patrick just bowed at the microphone when he said it's an honor. Super cute. Okay. Well, Mr. Patrick, for some context for this next set of questions, how old are you?
I'm 11. I just turned 11 last month, November.
And then hobbies, interests, just give us a little 30-second pitch. Who is Patrick Kelly? What are you into?
I like basketball. I like running. My favorite food is sushi. I like my vegetables. I eat my vegetables. I like my fruits. I have a farm. I love my sheep. I have 3 dogs, and I have a little brother.
Right on. Okay, good. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. So this podcast has been about talking with founders and sometimes the people that support founders, like lawyers and accountants and venture capitalists and bankers, about what it takes to start a business. And I wanted to talk with you a little bit about what it's like to be a kid growing up in a family where one of the parents is starting a business. Because when you were born, me and Michael and Jason and Nate and Mitch were just starting Developer Town. And since then, we've started many other businesses and we've done some other things. And you've been here for this entire ride. And I wanted to ask if you're okay with it. I know I didn't ask your permission in advance. I'm springing this on you, but I'd like to ask you questions about what it's like growing up in a household where one of your parents is working really hard on launching a business. Would you be open to doing that?
Sure.
You sure?
Yep.
You can say no. All right. So, what's your earliest memory that you can think of Developer Town or the business?
Probably during Christmas and Halloween because
you're going to make Miss Julie's day.
Parties, and I love it, and I can remember up to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And I still love the bounce houses, and it's really fun.
Oh, it's really sweet. You know, Miss Julie makes all those happen, right?
Really?
Well, those are her two favorite holidays as well. I mean, Halloween is that's her thing. She's a pretty big fan of Christmas as well. She makes sure that we take care of everybody. That's kind of her superpower, is making sure everybody gets taken care of.
Hey, that's a good one.
It is a good one. I agree. She cares a lot. Okay. When you think about me being an entrepreneur, which means somebody who kind of builds and runs businesses, what comes to mind? What do you think about my work?
Well, I think it leaves me a bit lonely because I'm home all day for about 5 days of the week. But when you come back, it makes me feel really good and I'm happy. And I do think it's a really cool job that you have.
What's cool about it?
Everything, really. The coding, the programming.
I don't get to write any code anymore.
Well, you did.
Mr. Jason does. I don't get to.
Well, you did.
Okay. What are the downsides of it? What are some of the things that you see?
Like I said, you never are home or you're really late, and I just don't get to do much with you.
Yeah? Do you think that would be different if I worked for somebody else?
Probably not.
Maybe. Well, some of it would
depends on what job you're going to do.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think it would depend on the job. Because sometimes when you work for other people, you still have to work kind of cruddy hours. It just depends on the type of work and what you're doing. There's nurses working right now at a hospital, right?
Yep.
Let's start here. What do you think you're going to do when you grow up?
I want to be a marine biologist, but I might have other things I want to do.
That's fair. What do you think, having grown up with me and seeing how I work and some of the things that I do, how do you think that'll influence your career choices and what you want to do?
That would probably make me want to either, if I'm going to be a marine biologist, design the submarine or...
Do marine biologists design submarines?
I don't know.
I think submarines might be engineering.
Well, you design stuff, so...
Again, they don't let me design anything. Okay, so it would make you want to do more of the hands-on stuff? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Talk to me more about that.
I don't understand what you mean about that question.
That's fair. What are some of the things that you've been able to pick up from my actions or behaviors when you see me working that you think are good?
Well, I like how you hang out with friends when you're doing it, and I think that's really cool. And I would love to do that.
Yeah, I'm very lucky that I get to work with people I consider friends. Not everybody gets to do that. I agree. What else? Anything else come to mind? Not
really. I don't get to see you work much.
Anything you see me doing that might be unhealthy?
Probably staring at a screen all day.
You're 100% right. That's very true. A little public service announcement. If you're staring at a screen all day, get up and walk around a couple times a day. Give your back a rest. Give your eyes a rest.
Well, you probably need those blue screen glasses, right?
Yeah, that's a thing. Yep. Blocks a certain type of light.
Don't you have those?
Some screens automatically do that for you now.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Okay. Why do people work?
Well, to make friends, to get money, and to keep their family happy.
Why do you work? Why did you and Levi start Shorca?
Well, we wanted to find a way to work together and learn more about each other and also get money in the process.
That's pretty consistent. When you think about the next You said you're 11, right?
Yep,
So we're going to be doing this for what? Another 7 years before I kick you out? Is that right?
probably.
So we got 7 more years together. When you think about the next 7 years, what do you think I could be doing different or better as a parent who also works a lot?
Let me help you.
Tell me more about that. What do you mean?
Well, I just want to get a little bit of work off your hands, and I would love to help you with that.
You're so sweet. Thank you. I'd love to have you help. What kind of work do you want to do?
I don't really.
I mean, actually, if you get good at spreadsheets, so this goes back to the Shorca Wood comment. If you get good at spreadsheets, I can have you do that all day long.
Really?
Yeah, really. I do a lot of work in spreadsheets. You can calculate commissions and you can do pro formas. You can help Michael with taxes. Doesn't this sound like fun?
So much fun.
I think Shorca Wood's a little bit more fun, isn't it?
When you're doing it right.
Yeah. You get to be outside, taking coffee breaks every 5 minutes.
No!
Really? I was here last time. You guys took a lot of breaks.
That's because he wanted to take the breaks.
Uh-huh.
Plus, we made sure that if we ever took a break, the other person would keep working, and then we just go back and forth.
That's nice. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking this time. I wanted to do a quick episode, just a way to round out the year and put a little bow on the podcast.
Thanks.
And I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's listened over the last 4 years and who has supported us on this journey. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you've learned as much from our guests as we have. And I will see you around.
Bye.
Startup Competitors provides monthly handcrafted email updates on your top competitors. Keep up to date on new hires, marketing activities, events, awards, new product launches, pricing changes, funding, and a bunch more. Learn more at startupcompetitors.com.